said the only constant is change in college football, but over more than 150 years, there have been some things that you can count on. If you can run the football, you have a chance to win. And boy, do we have guys who can do that in this one. Welcome to Memorial Stadium, Lincoln, Nebraska, and home of the Cornhuskers. As we'll see a top-5 team in this conference, the Michigan Wolverines, taking on a squad hoping to prevent another L this week, the Nebraska Cornhuskers. For EA Sports College Football, Reese Davis with you alongside David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. Time to get this game started. The Wolverines will kick it off to get us underway. On the move from inside his 5. So Nebraska's offense will get first crack at it today. A long way to go for this offense. Out of the gun, the inside handoff to the running back. Not much there. He gets 1 to the 11. Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. Looking to fire. Makes the grab. He's really close to that first down marker, but they stop him just a bit short. The Cornhuskers come to the line on 3rd down, trying to keep this drive alive.
And the QB sneak has been around for 4,000 years. Obviously some exaggeration, but so hard to stop. Quarterback gets it, starts to burrow behind that offensive line, and now you got the push behind with these guys. It's almost impossible to stop.
And he never had a chance. Just stopped cold as soon as he got it. The Huskers trying to find their way forward after the big loss on the last play. And the defense makes a play, sacking him back at the 10. The Wolverines bringing the heat on the defensive front as they have so many times through the years.
And you just think about guys that just look great in their unis. Big, strong, Aiden Hutchinson, Ajabo. A lot of these guys in the recent history, just they know how to get after the quarterbacks and make their life miserable.
Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. On 3rd and long, he'll need to loosen up that arm. Finds him out of the backfield. What a play by this defense, and they stop him short. It'll be 4th down. They punt it away on 4th down. He'll take it on the return. And the punt team able to smack him to the ground. The Wolverines offense will try to get something going with their first possession. And what a performance, an aerial show from this guy in the last game, and he has to have a ton of confidence coming into this one, David.
Yeah, it was a great week. And watching that tape before this game, like you could tell, man, he was seeing it quick. The ball was coming out, just touchdowns at will. A really nice day. And I think, Jesse, you take that and you start to build on it for this offense and really continue to trust him to make plays through the air.
Yeah, that's a good point. I think he really earned his offensive coordinator's trust after that performance. So I'm anticipating the playbook to expand a little bit in this game. Maybe see some new schemes in the passing game just based on what this guy was able to do the last time he took the field.
They're there to stop him at the 21 after a pickup of 2. This crowd bringing the energy and noise early. They'll run it. Brought down after a pickup of 2 to the 19. 3rd down, and the Husker faithful getting loud, trying to make moving the chains impossible. Back to pass, it's Cummings. Looking to the big tight end. Serious arm strength on that 3rd down pass, but it's incomplete. Now on 4th down, here comes the field goal team. This crowd trying to do its part to get inside the kicker's head. Between the uprights, it's good. And with that, they break the seal on the scoring. It's 3-0.
And listen, y'all know in the booth and everywhere how I feel about kickers. Don't always love leaving it on their foot, so to speak, but nice job executing. He keeps doing stuff like that. I'll keep trotting him out there.
From inside the 10-yard line, he'll bring it back. He was looking for more running room, but none to be found as he stopped at the 23. Off the play fake on first down. Snagged in the middle. It's Abram. He gets those chains moving, gets it out to the 42-yard line. They'll go to the counter play. We'll give him a couple on that one. 2nd and 8 coming up. Tried to pound it on first down. Now back to the line. They'll go to work in the air on 2nd down. Time running out, and he goes down at the 34.
And he gets home again, continuing his production. Last week, 2 sacks. This week, already a sack in the first half. This guy has been on a sack terror.
Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. On 3rd and long, doesn't need to take the check down. Pass is incomplete, and by this stage of his career, you'd think a junior quarterback might take a little better care of the football. They kick it away on 4th down. Fields the punt and tries to find an opening. They'll put a stop to that return at about the 37-yard line. Guys, here come those maize and blue winged helmets on offense. He's going to lose a yard on that one. Didn't get much done on that first play of the drive. It's 2nd and 11. Back to pass, it's Cummings. Knew where he wanted to go with it, but couldn't find his target. It's incomplete. Here comes this whole crowd as the defense tries to get off the field on 3rd down. From the gun, wants to pass. Another incompletion on 3rd down. And the Wolverines line up to punt it away. First time we've seen their punt team this afternoon. Able to get the first one of the day away. They did have to send him out 3 times in that victory last week. Here comes the offense back onto the field. Off the play fake on first down, wants to throw. Fires one high and deep. Oh, he had it. The deep ball was there, and it just trickled through his fingers. Working well behind the sticks on 2nd down. Drop play, quarterback keeps it.
And those plays from a defensive perspective, man, they're just super annoying because now I'm in the worst spot ever. 3rd and manageable. Like, I don't know if you're passing, don't know if you're running. So nice job by this offense keeping this defense off balance and creating a 3rd down opportunity that's in their favor.
Really nice pickup there as they have it out to the 44 with the first down. This dude is just exceptional in every facet. So fluid, such a great route runner, and a big play there.
And money down, 3rd down, find him. I mean, you want to find that matchup because he's going to win. And gets a good release, gets down the field. You see that's your playmaker, that's your guy. Get it to him, get the first down.
And they're able to shove him to the turf as they stop him for a short gain. Might as well stick with him. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that. They've got to come up with a big play on this 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. And the deflection on 3rd down. How big is that? Forces a 4th down. And the Huskers will bring the punt team onto the field. He's got it. He gets it up to the 34-yard line before he stopped, and that's where the offense will set up shop. This drive will get underway from just inside the 35 at their own 34. Looking to throw, it's Cummings. And it's incomplete. If you're going to take a hit like that, you might as well hang on to the ball. Plenty of distance between them and the sticks here on 2nd down. After the incompletion, they go back up top. This time on target.
The quick passing game does several things. One, it doesn't let the pass rush get you. Those great defensive linemen, the ball's coming out so fast, they can't get there. And then what else? It gets me ahead of the sticks. I don't have to worry about getting in long yardage and predictable situations.
As they get set to snap it, time winding down here in the quarter. They'll run the toss. Nice pickup there. Gets him the first down and sets him up at the 45-yard line. We've reached the end of the period, and Michigan has the lead. And we've reached the end of one. Before we move on, let's take a look at our stats so far. Lots of time left, and we're ready to get back to it and open the second period. So they'll go back to work after changing into the field. Wants to throw on first down. He's got him in the flat. He's brought down, but he went backwards after that completion, not the way they had it drawn up. Going to swing it on second down. And that's going to fall to the ground incomplete. That was a physical matchup there. Third down coming. From the gun, wants to pass. He'll take the deep shot. Intercepted. Big play. Stops the drive. Looking for more room. He'll be stopped, but not before getting the football and picking up big yardage on the return. What a play there. Cornhuskers ready to go back to work on offense. Nothing but punts as a result of the first three offensive drives, hoping this one gets a little more done. Under fire! And the quarterback will take a sack back at the 36.
And that's what I like most about this defense. When you try to take shots and make big plays, they get to the quarterback. They get him on the ground. Their third sack of the day. And this is a unit that ranks in the top 10 in sacks in the country.
This pass rush has just been relentless, and you can bet your bottom dollar they're about to bring the heat again. Second down, they'll go to the air. And it just squirted through his hands. He wanted to take off and got too anxious. Let's see what they do on third down. He'll pull it on the read. He cannot get there. It'll be fourth down. The Cornhuskers will try to pin them back with the punt. Fair catch called for and made around the 20-yard line. So here comes the Michigan offense. They've been pretty much stifled on offense so far, David, only able to muster 3 points in their previous 3 drives.
And you got to find a way to open this up and create some explosive plays. The passing game is obviously the easiest way. Jesse, put more speed on the field. Find those guys down the field.
And you know they're frustrated, too, because they felt like there were some matchups they could take advantage of to get some points on the board early. In this one, they just haven't been able to connect on those opportunities. But I like David's idea. Maybe move some guys around and see if you can create some better one-on-one matchups.
And a missed opportunity on third down as the defense knocks it free, and fourth down is coming up. The Wolverines will line up to punt it away. This will be the second time they've had to kick it away. Makes a move. They'll put a stop to that return as he gets it up to the 41-yard line. And the offense out on the field to go back to work. They'll come out on this drive and let it rip. Finds his man. It's Smith. They make the stop, trying to pick up just a little bit at a time to get to that first down marker. He'll keep it himself. Defense swarms him under a loss of 5 on the play, so they got 5 and gave it right back. Third and long, and he'll try to throw for it. Pass pass rush coming after the quarterback, and they get him at the 32.
What a great job by this defense setting the tone early. In the first half, they've been hitting the quarterback early and often. Make him feel uncomfortable. Make him feel that pressure. Keep getting him on the ground. That's why they've built a lead.
The Huskers will punt this one away. 3 and out. They got stuck in reverse. They hope the punt can bail them out. He'll get away another punt. He's been really active today, and no doubt he's going to earn his varsity letter. And here comes the Michigan offense back on the field. A rather unproductive series last time, 3 and out, and they'll try to do better this time around. They get him stopped at the 32. That's a gain of 4. Solid pickup of 4 on first down. It's 2nd and 6. Looking downfield, it's Cummings. Finds his man. Works his way to the 41, and that is plenty to give him a first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. The quick out. And he'll step across the sidelines after making a good gain on that one. And the Wolverines with myriad options after that big pickup on first down. All down, but he has enough to move the chains. Just nosing into enemy territory at the 49. It's 1st and 10. Might as well run him until they stop him. He's got it again. And just wedges it ahead a bit before he's brought down. Second down, he'll throw it. Finds his tight end. Really good surge for this offense. They move the chains, and he's got it at the 34. The Wolverines have it with a 1st and 10. Handoff from the gun. And this one will be stopped for no gain. They got nothing on the last play. It's 2nd and 10. Back to pass. Throws for the tight end. A strike downfield. Touchdown, Michigan. Made the grab and took it on in for the score. That is what we call in the industry a defensive breakdown. That guy was loose for the big play.
Busted coverage, really bad execution. Somebody slips, somebody falls. Nothing about that defensively is something you're looking for, but the offense will take it and get the easy touchdown.
Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. And he did get that extra point through, no problem with the frozen tundra beneath him. And let's check in with Kevin Connors in the studio. Kevin?
Guys, you can make a case this is the game of the week in the SEC. Texas A&M is in serious trouble right now. I'm not sure some folks won't be asking for a refund on their NIL investment. A putrid performance in College Station. They're trailing by 14 to Ole Miss. Implications galore inside the SEC, and we'll circle back if anything big should happen.
Thanks for the update on that one, Kevin. Let us know when it goes final. Fires to the middle. Intercepted. The defense has set him up. Not much on that return, but I think they'll let him slide after making that pick, and they'll have it at the 20. This offense has it with really good field position. To throw, it's Cummings. Got his man in the middle. He hauled that one in and got it down to the 15-yard line. That last completion sets him up on 2nd down. He caught it. That completion has them right on the doorstep. They'll mark it at the 1. We got a timeout here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. The give. And he takes it in for the score. Touchdown, Wolverines. The mantra is always finish, and they're trying to do that here in the regular season with this Week 12 performance.
Well, this offense is top 10 in the country in points per game because they've got a lot of speed and they've got home run hitters. They score fast. They don't need 10 plays to go down the field. You saw it right there. They've recruited well. They've got playmakers. They're going to be a problem for defenses all year long.
And with the extra point, they now have a 3-possession lead at 17. Here he comes from inside his own 5. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. They take over late in the half, enough time to put together a drive. Looking to throw on first down. Rushes on him. Pass is incomplete, and by this stage of his career, you'd think a junior quarterback might take a little better care of the football. The give to the back. Runs through a tackle. The discard, and he's running free. May not be the most memorable play of the day, but it's important as he gets him out to the 25-yard line. Snap from the gun on third down. Looking deep down the right side. And that'll be incomplete. They certainly weren't afraid to take a shot there, and now it's fourth down. And the Huskers decide to punt it away. He was hoping for a little more running room, but they're able to get him down at the 45. So the first play of the drive, starting here from the 45. Looking to throw, it's Cummings. Throws to the wideout. Complete to the left. He's pushed out of bounds inside the 40 at the 38, and these guys are on the move. To the air on first down. Picked off, and they ruin an early drive with the turnover. Finally brought down, but what a play, not only to get the football, but to flip the field position with the return.
This is obviously not a great start for this quarterback here. 2 interceptions already in this game. He's got to do a much better job with his decision making.
They'll get a chance to work on that hurry-up offense here in the final minute of the first half. Trying to start the drive with a pass. Oh, they're after him. The offense uses a timeout to stop the clock, and they'll get a quick breather. This offensive line has just been unable to keep them away from the quarterback. Now it's second and long. Throws to the tight end. He's got an open man. Breaks into the open. And they explode on that one, and they've got it down to the 22.
I know this isn't the start the offense wanted. They don't have any points so far in this game, but sometimes it just takes one explosive play to turn things around. And after that beautiful completion deep for the offense, that should give them a little confidence, a little momentum. They've now got us to be able to score points on this drive.
Didn't have much of a choice there, but to get rid of it. Plenty of work to do here on second and long. After the incompletion, back to the passing game. Here's the pressure. And he's left with no option but to throw it away. Time dwindling away as they try to put points on the board right before the half. On third and long, he has to throw for it. And the defense wraps up the first half by taking it to the quarterback and getting the sack.
Now, a fourth down.
That's the end of the second quarter. That means it's time to join Kevin and our halftime update.
That's the end of the first half. Michigan, 17.
Man, a lot of ways to describe those first 2 quarters in Lincoln, but let's just go with notable. And it's been a dynamite first half, leading to a one-sided score right now. It's not over, but I think both sides know this is on the verge of a blowout. That opposing defense is inside its locker room right now wondering 2 things. What just happened, and what do we do now to try to make this respectable? With that said, let's send it back to the guys at Memorial Stadium.
We're just about ready to start the second half. He'll bring it out from inside his own 10. Able to find enough room to get it out across the 25. He's brought down at the 26. Michigan ready to get that offense rolling again. Fires to the big fella. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage. Scanning the field, it's Cummings. They get enough rush, and it pays off the sack at the 20.
That's a good example there of complementary defense. The DBs and linebackers are playing zone, they're playing their spaces, and they force the QB to have to hold the ball, try to work through his progressions, and then the pass rush, they win up front.
Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. On 3rd and long, he'll have to turn it loose deep. He's going to let one fly down the middle. And they can't hook up on the big play, and that brings up a 4th down. And the Wolverines will send out the punt unit. Doesn't say much for your drive when you're looking forward to the punt. Cradles it at the 35. They'll put a stop to that return as he gets it up to the 41-yard line. From the gun, the ground game. Good pickup on that play. It'll bring up 2nd and 4. The Cornhuskers with myriad options after that big pickup on 1st down. Wants to fire on 2nd down. And he can't connect on the throw. It's incomplete. If every journey begins with a step, this offense needs to step into a 3rd down conversion and then try to turn it into some scores, and fast. And he was hit just as he released it, and it falls to the turf. The Huskers will punt it away on 4th down. He'll try to really get into this one. And he's going to get it up to about the 29-yard line before he's brought down. Guys, here come those maize and blue winged helmets on offense. They really didn't move the ball at all the last time they had it, and hoping for better fortune this time around. And there was nowhere to go, just stopped in his tracks in the backfield. Looking downfield, it's Cummings. Throws for the tight end. Oh, he had it and he dropped it. Almost one of those big plays he's known for. It'll be 3rd down. From the gun, wants to pass. Makes the grab on the left. He's knocked down just short of the 30 at the 29-yard line. It brings up 4th down. The Wolverines send out the punt unit. Let's see if he can help the coverage team out with this one. He looks it in and makes the fair catch, and they'll have it at the 32. Okay, so here comes the offense returning to the field. Gets the back moving. Touch pass on the run. The defense wouldn't let him loose, and even though it's a completion, they lost yardage. Not what they had in mind to start this drive. Here comes 2nd and 13. Wants to go up top. And here comes the heat, and they get home, and they get him at the 21. And there he is again, another sack, channeling his inner Aiden Hutchinson against Penn State.
And that is high praise when you start comparing somebody to Aiden Hutchinson. Michigan, year after year, they find these dudes, man. The guys that will get after the quarterback. Hey, let's go, big fella. Let's go for that record.
Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. On 3rd and long, he's going to have to turn one loose downfield. And that one's incomplete. They weren't just trying to move the chains. They were trying to move the scoreboard. Instead, it's 4th down. Punt is on its way. How many games do you see turn on a mishandled punt in the snow? Not this time. Fair catch is made. Here's the handoff. They finally get him stopped, and this veteran junior running back comes up with a nice play. And the Wolverines want to crank the tempo.
And the offense with a nice run, breaks off a little bit of run, gets a 1st down. Oh, and here they go again. 1st down, you've seen this. They like to go fast.
And they'll stop him after a minimal pickup. Didn't get much on 1st down. It's 2nd and 9. To the air, it's Cummings. Quick completion on the out. And they'll stop him just short of the first down, just inches away from moving the sticks. He'll keep it on the sneak. They make the stop, and he'll have enough yardage for a first down. The Wolverines come to the line with a fresh set of downs. Looking downfield on first down. Quickly out to the tight end. They make the stop, not a whole lot of ground picked up there, and they'll have work to do to get the first down. Back to pass on second down. Quickly complete. He gets right to the edge of the red zone. He's out of bounds at the 20. They're in the red zone. First and 10 from the 20. From the red zone, looking for a receiver. Using the quick game. And he goes out of bounds after a nice pickup on that one. And the Wolverines in a good spot here with second and short. They'll leave it with him. Wrestled to the ground, but he's inside the 10 and down to the 9. The Wolverines trying to cash it in on first and goal. Wide receiver comes in motion. Little touch pass to the receiver. Trying to rumble in. Touchdown, Michigan! And the route is on. A methodical drive that they finish off by tossing it to the tight end.
And the tight end, I tell you what, this is a position that's evolved so much, right? And you see him move all over the field. It's kind of like, where is Waldo? You got to find this big fella, especially down in the red zone area. This is the guy they're going to target and make the big play, get the touchdown.
We check in with Kevin Connors. What's going on, Kevin?
Guys, a couple of Mountain West teams colliding in a game that could have some implications. San Jose State is putting on an offensive clinic. They built a big lead, and this one is approaching blowout territory. They're up 14 over San Diego State.
He wants to start this drive with a pass.
The Mountain West likes to keep things interesting, and we'll circle back if anything big happens. Gentlemen?
Oh, and how about that? I know Kevin and those guys will be keeping an eye on it for us. And the Huskers have put themselves in dire straits after that last play. It's second and a mile. Looking to fire. Here comes the heat. And this defense goes back-to-back sack, Jack.
Man, this guy is just starting to take this game over. Sack on first down, sack on second down, and now on third down, this offense, they better identify where this guy's lining up, and they better get him double-teamed because they can't block him right now.
Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. On third and long, you'll need to push it downfield. That pass not close as he got drilled trying to deliver it, and it'll bring up fourth down. The Cornhuskers will call on their punt team. 3 and out and not much choice but to get rid of the ball. Let's see what he can do with it. The solid return there offsets some of the punt yardage and really sets up this offense nicely. Give to the running back. Not much working there. It'll be second and 9. Win with the running game on first down, now back at it. To the ground with the back. They'll make the stop, and he gets 4 on the play. Balls at the 25. Time winding down in the quarter as they come to the line. Back to throw, it's Cummings. Pass rush coming after the quarterback, and they get him at the 32. And to christen this fourth quarter, they'll try to hang a 3 on the board. We've reached the end of the period, and Michigan has the lead. Let's take a quick look at the national rankings to see how this playoff race is shaping up. One more quarter to play, and it might be unlikely, but hey, it's college football. Comebacks happen. They'll try to start this final period by putting a 3 spot on the board. And this kicker might be feeling it. He made one earlier, now from 49 yards out. Just drives it between the uprights. And they'll push that lead out a little further.
Michigan 27, Nebraska 0.
They're really starting to extend that lead as they get ready to kick it away again. From inside his own 10, let's see what he gets. Nice job executing all of the assignments as they put a stop to that return at the 22. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. And here comes the Nebraska offense back onto the field. They didn't get much done the last time they had it, had to punt it away from deep in their own territory, hoping this drive will be more productive. He gets nothing, and they keep plowing ahead with the running game, and they've got very little to show for it. From the gun, running back gets the give. Into a mass of giant bodies, we'll call it a 1-yard gain to the 24. It'll be 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. Caught over the middle. It's Avery. Building momentum, picking up a chunk of yardage, moving the chains out to the 34. Wants to go up top on 1st down. Just a short pass to the tight end. They'll get him at the 45, but he got 10 on that one. Quickly complete. And they bring him down quickly, but a good gain there. Let's see what they've got on 2nd down. He wants to throw it again. And the defense picks up a sack, getting the quarterback down at the 44.
Man, the sack, and this offense has just struggled. They haven't done anything right, and they got a full quarter to go. Like, they got to find something in this next quarter to hang their hat on, something to leave with some positive vibes.
Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. On 3rd and long, he's going to have to throw for it. He took a hit as he threw it and couldn't deliver the football. It's incomplete, and 4th down's coming. He'll try to throw and pick up the 1st down. And it's incomplete. The long pass on 4th down is to no avail. They'll try the run. You'll take 4 yards on 1st down every time, 2nd and 6. Leaves it with the running back. Dragged down, but they'll move the sticks for a 1st down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. They'll try to get the edge with the toss play here. Turning it on. Got enough space. Touchdown, Wolverines. And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house. That score pushes this out to a comfortable margin, and they are oh so close to a 10-game winning streak.
Points, points, and more points. This offense has had their way. They just keep their foot on the gas, keep putting up points, keep putting up touchdowns. And you know what? This is one of those stats days. You look back and you're like, that guy had 12 touchdowns on the year. Well, 4 or 5 of them might have been in this game.
And they did tack on the extra point. Quick strike offense on that 3-play scoring drive. And he closed the deal by scooting 31 yards for the score. From inside his own 10, he'll try to help out their field position. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. Off the play fake on 1st down to throw. Catch in the middle. It's Avery. Building momentum, picking up a chunk of yardage, moving the chains out to the 34. Hauls it in. Didn't pick up a lot there, moved it forward just a few. Behind the chains now on 2nd and long. Back to pass. Catch in the middle, it's Smith. He makes the stop almost as soon as he catches it, and they're short of the first down. On third down, he drops the throw. Got a man. It's Smith. Gets it to the 46-yard line. First down for this offense. Pulls it on the bootleg fake. Can't find a man, and he'll be knocked down at the 40.
How about this defense? No mercy. Like, listen, I know we're up big, but they are still hunting, still flying around, still chasing, still making life really miserable for this offense.
The Huskers with a long way to go after the loss on the last play. To the air on second down. Under fire. And the pressure gets to him again. Another sack.
What can you say about the impact this dude has had on this game? He has been completely unblockable all game long, guys. That's his third sack of the game.
Now third and long, and trying to play catch-up in more ways than one after that earlier sack. Looking downfield, and he needs a bunch. And trying to put points on the board on third down. Now they're staring at fourth down. And the Huskers line up to punt it away. And you make the stop, and that is exactly what you want out of your punt cover unit. So here comes the Michigan offense. The give as they work on that clock.
And I know you can play these late game situations differently, but I love when you just stay physical. You run the football, you preserve the lead, you got great field position, you're in a great position to salt this clock away and get a W.
Quarterback touch pass on the jet sweep. Able to pick his way forward for a decent game before the defense gets him down. Clock stops. We have reached the 2-minute timeout, and this offense just a couple of minutes away from putting one in the win column. Now the play fake. Fires to the wideout. Got him downfield. Putting together a real scoring threat here as they pick up the first down at the 36.
He's brought down at the 36-yard line. And that's good enough for a first down.
The give. Got the first down and still on his feet. And they're going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just added their total.
With that last touchdown, they remain undefeated. And what can you say about this offense? One of the most explosive in the entire nation. And they're coming in, I think, every week with the mindset that we're just going to outscore everybody. We are okay going into a track meet. And that's really what we saw in this game today. But opponents just cannot keep pace with them and all of the athletes they have on the offensive side of the ball.
For the extra point.
And the extra point will tack another one onto this lead. And for a quick update, let's go to Kevin Connors in the studio.
Big one this week in the SEC. Heck, they're all big ones in that conference. Texas A&M is totally getting wrecked today. You bring Johnny Football back here in his prime, and even he wouldn't change the outcome of this one. They're trailing by 14 to Ole Miss. Games like these just mean more in the SEC, and we'll circle back. If anything big happens, you should see.
And how about that one? Kevin will be keeping an eye on everything going on elsewhere.
And first down.
Looking to throw on first down. Finds the tight end.
You just get the feeling this defense is going to make it hard on them, right? They've got the lead. It's late. And they're going to try to tackle everybody inbounds. Offense is going to have to really work for this and be smart. You got to attack the sidelines. You got to throw first down. You got to keep this thing moving vertically down the field.
The Cornhuskers with the 1st and 10. Use the play fake. Now to throw. And the defense forced that incompletion with the deflection. Try to make up for some of that lost ground on second down. Misfired on the last play. They'll go back to the air. Grabbed in the backfield. It's Mateus. They'll stop him just short of the first down marker on the screen. When you know you have a team outclassed, the ability to play to that standard and finish with a blowout like this is really impressive.
And it's almost like playing against yourself, right? You know you're better. You know you're going to win the football game, but how do I continue to still execute? This was so easy. Great execution.